statistics are. How many dairy farms were there in 1960 and how many are there today?
Well, how I remember the number was that in 1955, I counted 55 farms. You have to realize that that's when bulk milk tanks came into town and became an issue. So that there were a lot of farms that really became marginal. They just went out of business.
Dairying just got squeezed out anyway, price-wise, because between taxes and the price of milk. And I suddenly realized that if I kept trying, I was going to lose everything. So the time to get out while there's something to lose.
And you got to a point where costs were so high that my uncle made the decision that he would build his own storage. You could get money to expand your dairy, but to expand the apple operation wasn't considered to be an economically wise thing to do. And probably the next step in our farm that kept us going was eliminating the middleman so that there was no commission. For us, all these factors, the building of a storage, direct sales, played a big role in our being able to make enough money so that we would continue on. I really question whether the next generation, my children, will continue on if they see there's an easier way to make money.
I think the demand for locally grown the locavore movement has really, even without CISA, I think what CISA did was bring a slogan and a campaign to a movement in consciousness that was already there. But I think there was a great desire on the part of the public to support local farms and buy local produce and local food.
So we sell most of our vegetables retail, the vast majority of them through the farmers market here in Ashfield. And I think also maybe people in 1950 would be surprised that right now we have 14 full-time vendors at the farmers market here in Ashfield every Saturday morning with a range of everything from produce and fruit and maple syrup and honey and beef and pork and cheese and bread, and you can really do all of your grocery shopping at the farmers market, and it's a pretty amazing testament to small-scale agriculture here in Ashfield.
When it was Bread and Circus in Hadley, they were supportive of local farms and bought available produce in the summertime. And then for a year or two, when they went corporate and became Whole Foods, they were just buying everything through the warehouse in Boston. And but lately, I think it's so politically incorrect not to buy locally grown that they've gone back to buying a lot of locally grown produce. So we sell some stuff to them each summer.
We've done it backwards than a lot of other people. We both have had full-time jobs or full part-time jobs. One of the reasons we're doing that is benefits. Health insurance, that's a big thing, and I don't think we would be able to, afford it otherwise. We want to retire to the farm, but we're gradually building and slowly, making our farm reviable. His uncle had a dairy operation, chickens, he had done wood. Dennis inherited it. It was pretty much so overgrown. So, we've started from scratch. We're now doing more and more work with his portable sawmill. And we've gone through a forest viability program, which has enabled us to look more at our woodlands and manage it more properly.
Most of the dairies seem to be going under around here, so we said, hey, let's get some cows. Seems like the obvious thing to do. I think part of the reason we decided to do that, we knew we could never ship a drop of milk and possibly have it work out. But we could also see, like Joel said, that there was a real interest in local food. And people can't eat just vegetables. And thankfully, we still have some dairies in town who are shipping milk. But if you want to drink some of that milk, you go buy a block of Cabot cheese, and maybe there's a little bit in there, It seemed that there was a model that was parallel to what we were doing with vegetables that could also work for dairy.
I just really want to thank those farmers. What happened in Ashfield is the same thing that's happened everywhere and is happening everywhere. It really makes you respect what food is, what farmers do, and their love for the land, their love for their animals, no matter how ornery they are.
Mostly good memories, but few bad ones.
Agriculture is always a tragic comedy, yeah.